Ladies and gentlemen, the CW are back at it again. Fame Network home to hit shows such as The Flash, Supergirl.
You can't touch me without hurting yourself.
That's why he brought me.
We came prepared.
And who could forget Riverdale?
I wouldn't do that if I were you, Brock. Not unless you want me to break both your arms.
He'll do it too.
I have been absolutely goddamn blessed to have stumbled across their magnum opus, 2-sentence horror stories. A whole show based on 2-sentence horror stories. The whole point and challenge of writing a 2-sentence horror story is to create a compelling horror story in 2 sentences. To clarify, this is an anthology series with 20-minute episodes based on the shortest medium of storytelling there is. So it's a flawed concept from the start, but my favorite part about all of this is that 99% of 2-sentence horror stories, well, they're not great to begin with. I swore to the genie that I will not gamble for the rest of my life after getting the $50 million. I never knew he literally meant any form of gambling. When my nephew invited me to play Uno last night, I turn off my phone's notifications as the hearing monster comes closer. Sound is vibration. Somebody told me you can make houses out of living things like trees, but this wall of bodies just keeps falling over. Fuck me, dude. The person who was trying to kill me finally left, but I don't feel relieved. That's it. That's the whole one. After our 3rd date, she asked to see the real me. I said, "You mean the demon?" A lot of these feel like something I might have written when I was younger. In freshman year of high school, I wrote a whole short story about a water demon thing based on the song Ocean Man. So, if one of these was yours, don't feel bad, especially since 2-sentence horror stories specifically are really fucking hard to make good. But, I digress. Let's get to the good shit. Oh, hey, it's my favorite website, darkweb.com. So we start with this girl, Corrine, filming a makeup tutorial, and
I love it. I think the end result is so distinctive and attention grabbing.
Anyway, since it's on fucking darkweb.com, clearly something's gonna go wrong, and there's a man in her house. But then we find out she's not the one in danger, he is. Wow. Yeah, I saw this twist coming basically the minute I started the episode. So he pulls a guy out from under the bed and we find out it's actually his buddy he's supposed to be here to save.
Rose before Hose isn't dead.
Jesus Christ. So instead of, calling the fucking police, he decides to somehow sneak in her 2nd-story window and skulk around her home menacingly. Fucking why is he walking like that? And here's the thing, they so easily could have at least tried to address this glaring plot hole by being like, "Oh, dude, don't call the cops, cause she said if she sees a cop car, she'll kill me," or some shit like that. But no, instead they make him walk around like the fucking pee-pee poo-poo man. You know what? You deserve to have your face cut off and made into a mask for acting like a fucking asshole. Why is the pillow a camera? Why is this important? Eventually she catches him and he doesn't fight back, because why would he? Oh wait, never mind, he does. He hits her in the side of the head with a fucking sledgehammer, after having his face bludgeoned in with a sledgehammer. What is this, fucking WWE? Fuck you. Wait, her boyfriend's alive? And he was in on it the whole time? And then she's perfectly fine.
I'm gonna need to recover with some ice and some painkillers. LOL.
And that is tutorial. The point of a twist like this is so you can go back and watch what you watched before with the new knowledge that she's like a psychopathic killer. And you can watch it for what it really is. A murderer posting a murder video to the dark web. But if you go back and watch the beginning of the episode, there's nothing to suggest this. Like, why is she acting surprised when her doorbell rings? She knows he's coming. It's not like she's trying to trick him because he just rang the doorbell on the other side of the house, so he wouldn't even be close enough to hear her.
There wasn't even anyone there. That's so strange.
No, it's not. They're not tricking the people that are watching this on the dark web because they know what's gonna happen. That's why they're there. The only person she's trying to fool is you, the one watching the episode. To pull off a twist like this, there's a lot of moving parts that need to be done near perfectly. Everything needs to be ambiguous enough to be believable in the beginning and when you go back and watch it again. Now You See It has a really great video on this that details it probably a lot better than I ever could. But anyway, the point is the writing is just so damn lazy. Like, why does he got the power? Wouldn't this like make it harder for him to find his friend? There are a lot of examples like this that only make sense if he's the killer and not if she is. I'll give credit where it's due. The actress definitely looks like she's having fun playing the role, and she probably did the best she could have with this ass script. It's kind of fun aesthetically, you know, aside from all the
Hey, dark webbers.
shit. But that's about all the credit I'll give to this episode and this entire show, because out of all the episodes I watched, this is the best one. It only gets worse from here. I'm gonna spoil the whole story for this one straight off the bat. It's pretty well known and people probably don't even recognize it as a 2-sentence horror story. I feel like to appreciate how hilariously awful this one is, you have to know the story it's based on going in. We start off with some really poorly written dialogue between our main characters.
I'm not doing my homework.
Oh, why?
Because it's boring and pointless.
It's not. It teaches us how to be independent and...
Then we meet May. She's holding her stuffed animal named Mama. She named it Mama because her mom gave it to her before she died.
You can't skate here. Get out of here. Come on.
Hey, come on, you can't skate here in this public park.
All you kids. Let's go.
What the fuck were they doing? They're just standing on the steps. Like the same thing the main character's doing right now. So this creepy dude sticks his Jolly Rancher ass tongue out at May. You know what? Run that shit back for a second. I want to take a look at these special effects again. Pause. Computer. Enhance. Enhance, more. So as we can see here, his teeth are pretty sharp, pretty dark. If you bring your attention here and here, you can see some developing gum disease. He clearly doesn't floss, clearly doesn't take care of his teeth or his gums at all. That's pretty scary in and of itself. I'm gonna go with scary on this one. Johnson?
Well, if you see here, Tom, if you bring your attention up to his eyes, you can see that they are dark, soulless, completely devoid of any light, happiness, or joy. Very similar to my absolute whore bitch of a wife, the thought of which makes my soul shudder in agony. I'm gonna have to go with scary on this one.
Thanks, Johnson. Let's see what the ref has to say. Terrible CGI, flawed concept. This man is not scary.
Dude, what the fuck?
So May meets Cleo and Marcus, who are playing,
Left, your other left. Ow!
and Marcus is just incredibly racist towards May for no reason.
Taught you that, Confucius?
No, my mom.
Is your mom Confucius?
And then Khalil says this.
We figured out it can shapeshift to look like different people. It's real. Crumps don't believe us.
Okay, pause. Back it up. Back it up for a second. You just dumped all this information on this random girl you've just met, expecting her to believe you. There is no development in this plot. We're just thrown the fuck into it.
We'll train you if you could teach us some kung fu.
I'm Vietnamese.
Little girl, I do not understand most of what comes out of your mouth.
Why? Why? It's not even clever. He's just racist. Is this supposed to make us like him? Is this supposed to make him the funny, quirky, edgy dude? It doesn't. Khalil and Marcus get into this forced-ass argument. Marcus storms off angrily and oh no, he's captured by the demon. Keep in mind, all of this has just happened in the past 4 minutes. They go to save Marcus and the old lady's neighbor just instantly calls the cops. Apparently everybody in this universe just hates children.
The police are on their way, you little monsters!
That's the title of the episode. And then when Khalil and May get home, they actually act out the story, which is kind of cool, but this exemplifies the reason this show doesn't work. See, when I first read this story as a kid, it scared the hell out of me, because the rest is left up to your imagination. Instead, we get some goofy special effects and a really unexciting fight scene. The one thing I will give them credit for in this episode is that they didn't rely on the shoot her on the real one trope. No, instead, we get this. What? I've watched back through this scene about 9 times to try to understand what the fuck is going on. Here's how I understand it. May's mother kissed the unicorn before she gave it to May. So she killed the demon with the power of love. But I still don't understand why the fuck May shoved it in the demon's mouth and how the unicorn is crawling down its throat. They never explain this. They don't even fucking acknowledge it. It's actually mind-blowing. And then we get this shot. So it did nothing to the demon? Or are there more? What exactly is being implied here? I fucking know you're not leaving this up to interpretation, because there's nothing to interpret.
See that?
Yeah.
That is us moving to Florida together in 40 years.
Hey, and that one kind of looks like Danny DeVito. This is Noah and Isaac. They're gay, and they experience homophobia. The guy's like, oh, and Noah's like, whoa, shit, and he flinches violently, even though he's like 20 feet away. And the dude fucking runs off like, I did it, baby. I'm the motherfucking champion. Noah breaks out in this little coughing fit because he's got a cold, but oh wait, it's not a cold, it's actually cancer.
Oh no!
So his parents take him to the super upscale medical facility where nothing will go wrong. They tell him he's going through chemo and it's got these side effects, like nightmares.
I was having bad dreams.
They're a side effect of the treatment.
So he kind of just assumes all the weird shit he sees is like a side effect of the medicine. But then he's there so long he starts to become fucking Wolverine. And you'd think if you're subjected to chemo for this long, you'd start to lose your hair, right? That's like a notorious side effect of chemotherapy. Wouldn't you at least ask the doctor, like, hey, shouldn't I be fucking bald right now? Eventually he does start getting skeptical and he talks to his parents.
Plus, we haven't had success with any other treatment.
What other treatment? This is the first thing you've tried. He meets this guy named Dizzy. They both bond over being 6 sons of rich parents.
Probably a Rockefeller vomiting in the next room.
They eat pudding on Noah's bed. Very cool. Neither of them trust Dr. What's-Her-Fuck, so they snoop around their office, and they find this very cool picture book. Izzy likes it so much that he drops down on the floor and does the worm to show his appreciation for it. But this quickly becomes a problem, as he does the worm so frequently that the staff must restrain him. This deeply pains Izzy. So Noah goes to Dr. Fuckleduck and he's like, hey, what the fuck was that? And she's like, hey, don't worry about it. And then he finds a pentagram under his bed. So instead of immediately getting the fuck out of there, he decides to stay inside the facility and call Isaac to come get him. Something he could easily do outside. Noah then tries to escape the facility, crawling on all fours. Unfortunately, Izzy sees him and thinks he's doing the worm and he gets jealous. Understandably so, as he is not allowed to do the worm. Then Noah wakes up strapped to a table and we find out that... Okay, bear with me here. Dr. Chuckledick is actually Satan. She grants families
Vast power and wealth
in exchange for
some of their offspring as hosts for my own children.
Okay, yeah, sure, fine, whatever. But why'd she have to subject him to months of this treatment then? Like, why couldn't she just do this off the rip? I guess whatever treatment she's putting them through, which is never specified or explained, is supposed to like make his body strong enough to withstand the demon that's gonna possess him? I don't know, you'd think they make that clear, especially considering how it's like the focus of the entire fucking episode, but whatever, fuck me, I guess. So Dr. Dinkelberg's like, hey, you take this deal, you'll be strong enough to never experience homophobia ever again, which is all that Noah wants, to be strong.
Since when have I been able to kick anyone's ass?
Not sure why she presents it as a deal though, since he's kind of strapped down to the table and doesn't really have a choice.
Jacob chose to reject my child.
That has nothing to do with the broom thing though, he was always like that. So he accepts the deal, obviously, and then he sees Isaac and he's like, oh dude, thumb war? Which has been like their thing, I guess? And Noah's like, no, what are you, a fucking child? You're dragging me down. So, and he dumps him, and that's Scion. To be fair, all of these were only season 1. And you know, there are 2 other seasons. Hey, maybe I've been too hard on this show. You know, these people put all this effort into writing and producing and directing and editing the show for our entertainment. And here I am just shitting all over it, sitting behind my computer screen, laughing in the peanut gallery. Who am I? Who am I to say these things? Maybe the show doesn't deserve such harsh criticism. No, it's the CW, bro. Fuck.